encouraged and entertained. Nothing will change until you change something. We're going to change the status quo. And as always, we're changing the status quo one voice at a time. And this is 2017. We're only 3 months into the new year, and you guys have been showing so much support, but I need y'all's help. We need a little more support, all right? Now, as technology gets better, we seem to get lazier. So I need y'all to work a little harder and share these episodes. When you watch it, if you like it, share it. If you hate it, tell me about it. You know, share it with me. Tell me what you don't like about it, because guess what? I don't know everything. And we are recording live on Facebook Live. So if you guys want to see the visual, if you guys want to, cause man, the Facebook Live is killing y'all on the podcast listening. Facebook Live, they're coming out to watch every episode. You know what I'm saying? They're putting the numbers up to watch on Facebook Live. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think y'all wanted to see my ugly mug, but y'all must want to, y'all like the video. So I need the podcast people to stand up, you know, because there's some nerds like me that like riding to work, you know what I'm saying, and listening to a podcast in the car or, you know, at home and want to turn the podcast on. I need y'all to come out and show some numbers because, you know what I'm saying, the live video folks is killing it with the numbers. But it's all good. However you like to listen to the show and you enjoy it, please do so, and please share and subscribe. We're on iTunes, TuneIn, Now Live. Well, Now Live was like 2003. They ain't even here no more. But wherever you're listening to a podcast, that we appreciate it. This episode, we've been talking about art, entertainment, and we've been talking about so many different topics. I wanted to bring in someone today that not only is well versed in a variety of topics, because I couldn't really narrow down what I wanted to talk about today, but I called this brother up and I hit him up and he said, man, we can talk about whatever. It don't matter. We can talk about parties, we could talk about politics, we could talk about the world, we could talk about the moon, we could talk about whatever. And I also wanted to get you guys input on topics as well that we could talk about. And I think I got one. But today I wanted to bring in a special guest because, again, I'm no professional. I can't do this alone. So ladies and gentlemen, this brother is definitely 10 toes down, as we like to say it, in the culture. He's not just walking it. You know, he's not just talking it. He's walking it and talking it, and he moves in silence. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, if you don't see him, that means you ain't in the right place. You might want to check where you at. All right. So if you don't see him, you might want to get your GPS out, find where you need to be at, or find where he's going to be at and be a part of it. He's passionate about what he believes in. And when you're passionate about what you believe in, it pushes you toward greatness. And I see him doing nothing but great things. I see him being all over, from New York all the way down here to Alabama. And I hit him up because I didn't know where he was. I was like, yo, are you in Birmingham? You in New York? You in Bama? You in Maryland? Yo, where you at? And he was like, yo, depending on the day of the week. So ladies and gentlemen, today he's here in tune with T-Mill L Fuser. What's going on, man?
What's going on, good brother? What's going on? I want to say first off, because I don't believe in hindsight at all, man. We keep it 100, man. Like, the whole Revolution Radio staff, we appreciate you for reaching out. We appreciate everything that you're doing for the culture and everything you're doing for the community as well. And we want to give a special shout out to you and Holloway's idea for making this bridge and this connection, brother. What's going on, good people?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You guys, we are watching live. You're listening. You're watching. You're looking live. Marcus Sims, come on in, man.
There you go.
We got Marcus Sims in the building. And I appreciate that, man, because what you guys are doing is something that Marcus Sims in the building, y'all. One thing that I appreciate, first of all, is the name of it, Re-Evolution Radio. Right. You know what I'm saying? And we were talking earlier before the show, there was a point in time to where all we had was the radio. And it had to be that way. You couldn't change because we didn't know how to change it. Right. We couldn't change radio or make suggestions. It was like, I don't know, the Catholic Church, you know what I'm saying? It was, you couldn't get there. You couldn't get into it. Right. So for those that don't know, let's talk about, first I want to make sure, Marcus, you can get in where you fit in. You know how this is, man. This is a family affair. You know what I'm saying? We got a chair. Yeah.
I'm traveling real far.
You know what I'm saying? You guys, this is, and again, I like to say we're having conversations. We're not having interviews. We're doing conversations. Right, so when our brother steps in the building, we got to make sure he's good. Keena, what up? What up? Keena, what's going on? Don Battle. You guys that are in the chat room that are watching on Facebook Live, y'all can drop any topics in the chat room. All right? keep it PG because we it's daytime. When the sun go down, we can talk about whatever. But right now, we're gonna keep it PG. Don Battle, I need you to drop a comment in there, or a topic. Keena, I need you to drop a topic in there. Holloway, I'm sitting right in front of Holloway, but I'm gonna tell him because he's in the chat room too. Chris Cruz, I need you to put a topic in there, and then DJ, your boy, I need everybody watching to put a topic in the chat room. And when I start this show off, y'all know I always say this. I can't do it by myself. I had to bring in some professionals. So also, the man that just stepped in, he's probably off of a Iron Fist binge and probably hadn't got any sleep. So ladies and gentlemen, he's been holding it down in radio for 30, 40 years, and he's only 16 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Sims is in the building.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, that Centrum gets you through, bro.
That Centrum 50?
Centrum gets you through, bro.
Centrum 50, that's what I'm talking about. So
That's silver.
that's silver.
I need it. Waking up ain't as easy.
Oh, so Fuser, for those that don't know, who is El Fuser? And you got to let them know because they might think you're from across the border or something like that.
Okay, El Fuser.
There you go.
Is Che Guevara, man. It's Motorcycle Diaries, Che Guevara. I used to go by the name Jay Early when I was rapping. And the reason why I did that is because I was born in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? We moved up to Liverpool, New York, you know what I mean? From Liverpool, New York down to Brooklyn, then back to Atlanta, then to Selma, Alabama. Well, I developed a different...
You just named like 10 places. That's what's up.
Yeah, I developed a different style with those accents. You see what I'm saying? So they didn't know whether I was from Philly or if I was from Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Or from New York. So Early is a Philly thing. So they started calling me Early. My name is Jabril, so Jay Early. But after I left the rap game the first time, which was 2008, after the situation with Atlantic, you know what I mean? Like, I felt when I came back, that name wasn't heavy enough of a name. Because I didn't want to just do music. I really wanted to impact people's lives and help people. You know what I'm saying? So El Fuser was the name that I came across.
El Fuser.
Yeah, gotta put that sauce on it, you know what I'm saying? But that was the name that I came across because Che Guevara has always been one of the most inspirational figures to me. Because what a lot of people don't understand about the name, and I don't want to go on too long, but what a lot of people don't understand about their name is this brother was not from impoverished people. He was a doctor. He was the son of rich people in Argentina.
Wow.
He left all of that affluence to go to Mexico with Fidel Castro just to help the Cuban revolutionaries. So he reached back. He didn't have to do that to fight against the aristocracy. And he did it his way. So that name just seemed to be, and in Latin translation it means in English, the raging. And my style is very uncut. Like you say,
raw, unfiltered.
It's raw.
Yeah,
So,
straight raw.
With that being said, I feel like the name kind of found me as well.
Yo, man, we got to give it up for El Fuser coming up with, what I'm saying, with some history behind that name. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just eating cereal one morning and say, yo, that look like a dope name for a rapper.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm going to do that.
Right.
His name got a whole history to it, y'all.
Right.
So now we're talking about hip hop. We were talking about. I wanted to ask you. So you said the situation with Atlantic. What what was going on with Atlantic?
Okay, so this is what happened with Atlantic. Back when we were before the enlightened stage, we would make what the young kids would call, I guess, trap rap. And I tell y'all so many times, trap rap didn't just start.
Nah.
Trap music came out what year? 2004.
2003, 4, yeah.
2004. You ain't doing that new, but anyway.
Right.
We was making that kind of music. And I made a record called Go Harder. And if you search on YouTube, you're going to find it. It's on the Floyd Mayweather video, highlight video. Well, somebody from Grand Hustle reached out to me and said they were interested. So I sent the song into Grand Hustle. T.I. wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But this is, when you're getting your name out in the industry, people talk. And they are from different departments, work with other departments, and they might hear you. Well, anyway, me and a group called Trey Pound, Killer C, Dirty K, Caparel from Camden, you know what I'm saying? All of the brothers, we had a group called Trey Pound. We got invited to meet with Atlantic Records. Now, this is in the Atlantic Records of the past. This is the Atlantic Records with everyone from Def Jam that was getting laid off, scampering to Atlantic Records to try to, you know what I'm saying, get in the game. Lear Cohen was coming over to Atlantic Records. Lear Cohen, he has his style of doing things. During the time I dropped a mixtape called Hip Hop Revolution, it was a series with the first DJ was Mixtape Assassin. He's out of Denver, Colorado. We did pretty good numbers for independent artists on DatPiff.com. You can look it up right now. And we were in the middle of a controversial debate with allhiphop.com and HH Board. And me being the raging, I'm not going to pull no punches. They was asking me, that's when Soulja Boy was out with the Your record and all of that. They was asking me, so what do you think about these young kids, how they rap? And I was like, it's trash. And it's killing the culture. It is what it is. When they were like, well, you know, he's from the South and this is how they do. I was like, I was born in Atlanta. That's a lie. Andre 3000, who could arguably be the greatest rapper of all time, he's from the South. What's your excuse? So I went in. The guy from HH Boy, he didn't like that. He went on CNN. He said a comment like, well, this kid who just dropped Hip Hop Revolution, he could be the next great star, but he talks too much, so you know, he's going to ruin his career. You know what I mean? But anyway, that led me to the Atlantic meeting. So I came into the Atlantic meeting with a reputation. We got off of the deal with the Atlantic Records, the team. Some of the individuals weren't able to make the meeting. But I left the deal and I turned it down. And I turned it down because I just didn't like the direction that they were going to take my career. I feel like we would have been no different from a VIC, from a Roscoe Dash, one-hit wonders, single-on records, talking about selling drugs, talking about laying up with a bunch of women, and we'd be out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't feel like that was the right decision, and I did some Afton shows. Anybody who's been in the grind knows Afton shows. You got to pay them to perform, basically. You know what I'm saying? I did a couple shows, and I remember coming to the realization, maybe this thing ain't for me no more. Maybe the game has passed me, and I just left it alone. That's the Atlantic story.
Man. So not only do you have history, but you've got experience. You know what I'm saying? Good and bad experience, and experience that when you talk, you know, people should listen, you know, and whether or not. And here's the thing, I think that people forget when you hear people, a lot of people, they don't want to hear the bad that happened in the situation. They want, it's like if you can't tell them, they think if you can't tell them the exact way how to do it, then it's like they don't want to hear it. But they got to hear how not to do it in order for you to know how to do it. I can't just tell you, you know what I'm saying, how to fish. I got to tell you exactly why fishing is good. You know what I'm saying? Like versus going down and getting you some fish from Long John Silver's. I got to explain the whole context to you so you understand when you out here with a fishing rod what you really doing. You know what I'm saying? To understand the context of it. So people want like the Cliff Note version of what to do and what not to do. So going down in the chat room, if you guys got any questions, if you guys got any topics, because this is open topics with El Fuser. And El Fuser, I'm trying to say it the way he said it. He was gangster. So, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about a lot of different open topics. So, one question in the chat room asks, what are your thoughts on the Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj battle beef and who won?
Me and my HG, Hollow to the left, we was just talking about this.
You know what I'm saying?
What up?
Like what I've been hearing on the internet is disturbing to me. And it's disturbing for so many reasons. That's a complex question. If we just talking about the battle, of course Remy killed her. I mean, it's not close. There's nothing to talk about. Just like Nas killed Jay-Z. Nicki has a machine behind her that Remy doesn't. Remy, if you listen to everything she's done from the time she got out of prison, she was coming at Nicki. Like she's not trying to be pop. She's not trying to be crossover. She really wants to be the king of female, maybe the queen of female bars. Now, another thing I've heard that's disturbing that I've got to address, and we talked about this, we discussed it. All of y'all that's disrespecting Remy Ma, talking about some Papoose is writing her raps. You need to go to Big Pun's second album. And you're going to see an interesting name on a few features. Remy Martin. So before Papoose was even a word spoken in Brooklyn, Remy was there. Like she loves the culture. She believes that you should have to battle for that spot. Now let's talk about the diabolical plan that's going on. When Remy did that, what she did for everybody, male and female, prospect and veteran, is bring a focus back to lyrics and hip hop. And she made everyone sharpen their sword and say, the diss record matters.
Word.
Because for about 5 or 6 years, we've been going on through a point where dissing and lyrics don't matter. You don't have to live up to what you say you are anymore. So somebody can write the hardest diss record ever. Joe Budden's pinned a hell of a diss record to Drake. But because he's not relevant and Drake has a machine behind him, oh yeah, it's nice, but he's broke.
Right.
That didn't save you back in the day.
Nah.
Having money didn't save you. Like Ja Rule had a lot of money. Irv Gotti, Murder Inc. was popping. It's easy to see when you look at me. If you look closely, 50 don't back down. This boy was coming out of Southside Jamaica, Queens. Anybody that's been to Southside Jamaica, Queens knows in order to sell crack in Southside Jamaica, Queens, you got to be something. So he didn't have much money, but he had the streets. And it seems like Remy, for the first week, she captivated the streets. But when the PR department came around, it seems like her energy is dying out. So, I mean, I want to give a big shout out to the women of battle rap and the women MCs, the femcs. That's something to aspire towards. It's no knock against Nicki because, I mean, I'm not the biggest Nicki Minaj fan, but Nicki ain't horrible in that. Like, would you say she's horrible?
She's not horrible, you know what I'm saying? But it's like you said, the machine, you know what I'm saying? We already know who's writing the rhymes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Safari wrote the rhymes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, could you say that again? Because some people don't want to accept that fact now.
Safari wrote the rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Now, after Safari and her departed, you know what I'm saying? You didn't see too much hip hop coming out from Nicki. You know what I'm saying? Safari, you know, when you hear him spit, he's on something different. You know what I'm saying? But he understood exactly what Nicki needed in order to shine. And I want to say something else real quick. Because you mentioned that Remy brought the bars back, you know, when it comes to hip-hop. Now, look, in between this particular battle, there were 2 other diss records that were dropped as well. All right? There was a Waka Flocka,
Lord,
Gucci Mane,
from Southside.
you know, diss drop by Waka. And then there was a Young Dolph, you know what I'm saying, diss dropped against Gotti, Yo Gotti, you know what I mean? And so when you look at those 3 diss songs, you tell me which one's the best.
Right.
Yeah. For real.
Y'all let, you know, Remy come in and smash y'all. You know what I'm saying? Okay, a diss is a diss is a diss until you drop the bars, G.
Gotta have them bars. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think that, you know, with Remy, that she upped it. You know what I'm saying? Again, to a sport, because again, we haven't seen that I know of. You know, in the last, unless I missed something, in the last 10, I ain't gonna say 20 years, but you know, in the last, that sport, that combat between. That lyrical combat, you know, between females, we just haven't seen it, and not on that level. You know, of course, on the battle underground and whatever, maybe some sneak disses here and there, but never to this level.
Never.
And so I think that's good. You know, for
Tim, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Because you're a student of the game, you're a student of the culture, you too.
Definitely.
And the brother right here.
Yeah.
Is that a more impactful female diss record than the real Roxanne? I've been asking myself this question because I've never seen a female MC get a response nationwide from a diss record like she did.
I don't know.
That's a great question.
That's a good
great
question.
Because now the real Roxanne, who was she going at?
She was going at the fake Roxanne.
You know what I'm saying? And then along the ways, you know what I'm saying, you have, okay, let's just bring it back to this Nicki and bring it back to Remy. You know what I'm saying? We'll just do that. It was powerful. But it put something else on the map.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When they did the Roxanne beef. You know what I'm saying?
It did.
And it kind of...
It did.
It shined a light.
You know, and I think it did, to answer the question, like, I think it did because had it not happened, we wouldn't be here today talking about the Nicki Minaj thing. However, it's a thumbtack like on the timeline because now before there hadn't been a Roxanne, there hadn't been, you know, that. And so it just wasn't heard of. Females was, oh, no, you got to do this. You got to stay over here, stay in your lane, be pretty, do whatever. Then she did that. That was a thumbtack up there. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? They coming for your neck. They coming for bars. Cool. But then Remy kind of came in. And, man, like, before, think about this now. Before, some of y'all going to hate this. Before Pac came and started doing his dissing, it was a big, you know, the way he did it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you had No Vaseline. You had The Bridge Is Over. You had all these different ones. Pac kind of came in and did it like on not only on a hip hop level, but then on the street level as well. Where it was kind of like, yo, I ain't never heard nobody come at nobody like that.
Hit 'em up.
You know what I'm saying? Real personal. So it felt personal. You know what I'm saying? And so my point was to say, because I don't want you to lose your thought.
Go ahead.
I don't want you to lose your thought. It felt more personal. You know what I'm saying? When Remy, the way that she did it, and to me that was a thumbtack. You know what I'm saying? Because Roxanne, though she did it, it felt more. It felt kind of party, kind of business. It was like, all right, we cool, we good, this, that, and the other. But it didn't feel like I'm coming for your neck.
Right.
Remy like sounded like she was, you know what I'm saying, like if she'd have seen it outside, it was going down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was a thumbtack. So to answer your question with that, yeah.
Right, and now that I remember, the real Roxanne was really the fake Roxanne.
Word.
Yeah.
Roxanne got sunned. That's what happened. Yeah, now that I think of it. But interesting point. This is open discussion, right?
Right.
Man, I got to talk on it. Hit 'Em Up was the best diss record up into Ether.
Yeah.
I gotta agree with you, man. Like, Hit 'Em Up, Pac's talking.
Better No Vaseline?
Yeah, G. Because like you said, the level of disrespect on Hit 'Em Up, and what a lot of people don't know about Hit 'Em Up, we talking about the legacy and the history, and I didn't learn it until I went out to L.A. Pac freestyled the first part of that verse the night before.
Oh, okay.
And this part, and this is legendary, whenever people give me the Biggie lyrical compare, and I'm from Brooklyn, when they give me the Biggie lyrical thing and be like, Pac is just, now Pac was lyrical, he was more poetic, but he was lyrical. When he says, it's like those Sherm Heights think they learn to fly, but you burn, you deserve to die. And the way he started the song off, that's why you know what it is.
Man, it was.
Google it if you don't know. Have you ever heard anything?
No.
Was Ether that disrespectful?
No.
Nah.
Jay-Z cried over Ether, though, on Hot 97.
It was because he felt disrespect. I mean,
Yeah.
now this is his idol. Let's be honest. Let's be real.
That's what it
You know
is.
what I'm saying? And then you had your man who you wanted to be like, and I'm a Jay-Z fan. You know what I'm saying?
Hollow, that's heavy, though.
Right.
That's who he was chasing. You know what I'm saying? Because look, it's Jay-Z coming in the game, 96. It's a gift and a curse because he has no one left to compete
No
with.
one.
He can't compete with Pac.
What year did L get hit?
You said Big
Big L?
Big L.
That was 90
97, right?
7?
But see, L wasn't dropping tapes like that.
No, he wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't mainstream.
He was more mixtape guy.
He was right there.
Yeah,
Close.
if he wanted to, I think he could have, but still, he kind of, a little hard to deal with because he speak on heavy stuff.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He just
He
ain't
wasn't-
control
yeah, I
Big
hear
L neither.
Yeah.
Pac gone, Biggie gone. I can't compete with the greats. You know what I'm saying? And I'm new. So now what I got to do is I got to compete with somebody
Child.
with the Golden Child who he's thinking in his mind, I don't even see you. So there is no competition.
Yeah.
I'm not competing with you. I don't
Heavy.
see you. You know what I'm saying? So what you do is you pay homage by getting his sample. You pay homage in order to get the attention. So I can snake you and destroy you. Or attempt to.
Or attempt to. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm mad. Not at Nas, at the fact that Biggie and Pac is gone, and I can't compete.
I ain't got no who I'm gotta be fighting with ghosts.
And the only one I can't compete with don't see me.
Yeah.
Well, that brings are you a Jay-Z fan?
I'm both. Yeah, definitely a Jay fan.
You a Jay
Jay and Nas fan.
I'm more of a Nas fan.
Nasty Nas.
I like Nas for the consciousness that he
Nasty
brings.
Nas, right? And you Jay, right?
I'm a Jay fan. I can't front.
Wasn't a fan of his Uchi Wally days.
To be honest with the Jay
Did the
thing,
song
I'm
with
gonna
him.
get Jay this much. Biggie to me is the most overrated legend that we have.
Whoa.
Because when you put him bar for bar with some of the guys at that time, Biggie had the juice now. Don't get me wrong, he had the juice. But I can't honestly with a straight face say he was more lyrical than Raekwon's Built for Cuban Links.
Thank you, sir.
I can't say honestly with a straight face.
That's my favorite rapper.
You know what I'm saying? Was he more lyrical than Big Pun? Big Pun took lyrics seriously.
Yeah.
His delivery let him down. Was he Illmatic?
Nah.
No, he wasn't Illmatic now. So Jay, to me, Jay is a better lyricist than Biggie. So really, chasing gold, you don't think so?
Lyricist, nah.
Biggie?
I think Biggie was better lyricist.
Big was borderline basic for a New York rapper. He was.
I can't see it.
He was.
I can't see him being basic.
Let's take it back real quick, Tim. I'm sorry. Let's take it back. New York was this. It was the 5 crews, and for all of you young heads, you trappers, go watch the Get Down, man. If you don't want to listen to us old heads tell you about hip hop and all of this, the Get Down put some new age seasoning on it. The dude from Dope, they do a great job, man. Shout out to that whole cast, they're nasty. So that'll teach you about hip hop. But hip hop, just to be real, hip hop was really ABC rhymes for about 10 years. Until a guy came along named Rakim.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Rakim was the pharaoh of New York. He was the pharaoh of New York. Then cats started catching up with him like Cool G Rap, who gave him one of his fiercest subliminal battles.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? You had these guys, they start creeping up. But he still was pharaoh. He was pharaoh. But then Live at a Barbecue dropped. Nas was 17 years old, G.
Yeah.
And he cooked everybody on the verse.
He cooked them.
Akinelli was on there. Was it the Mad Professor? Large Professor? Large Professor.
Was on there.
And Nas. And Nas, when everyone in the city heard that verse, Nas was the new pharaoh before it even happened. He was the golden child. That's why when Illmatic dropped, even though Illmatic originally was just 10 cuts, that's it. It was 10 cuts, and you had little interludes. You had halftime for the halftime. Yeah. You had New York, New York. You know what I'm saying? And you had Life's a Bitch, and then you die. And I gotta say it, AZ killed Nas on that. Can we be real?
Yeah. AZ still one of my favorites.
Underrated too.
AZ still one of my favorites.
Underrated.
And now, another thing is, for those of y'all that need to go back and do your homework on Rakim, Rakim didn't curse.
He didn't.
You know, people forget. Right. Rakim was spitting and killing it and didn't curse. You know?
Right.
So to get to your point as well, you know, Nas being so young, and then some of these other guys that were coming up, they were young, and so they had an advantage. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, all right, I can get into. It's like taking college prep classes. So you went and took this class in college, G-Rap, you know what I'm saying, Kane, all this. Y'all was in college. But then we started taking the courses and started studying y'all at a younger age. You know, y'all was studying as well, but we were able to study you at the peak, you know, where you at. And now we're studying that, and now I'm coming in with more ammunition. I'm able to learn a lot more. I'm learning the cheat codes. I'm seeing, I see more of the game than you do. You know what I'm saying? But if it hadn't been for you, I wouldn't have seen it. But you know, Nas is able to get a little bit better that way. You know, the J's and the Big L's and the Fat Joes and all that.
Nas had a flow. I need y'all to hear me, man.
So we gonna do this real quick because I don't want to forget, because I want us to make sure that we get this last question in.
Okay.
Wait, Timmy, I have one on here if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of them on here, one of our nice people chimed in and said, Holloway and L, you guys are crazy. Remy, I'm just kidding. They didn't say that. That Brian, because L was about to get up and who?
You see him taking all the
two. No, but for real though, I'm on a rewind moment. I'm gonna take a different approach to the Remy Ma, Nicki. Okay, I'm gonna say this straight up. They both are whack to me. I think this whole thing is, I'm for real. Let's keep it real. Because I'm going to use Holloway as an example. Holloway goes out on the court. Preseason game. He puts 40 points on someone. That's great. Holloway put 40 points on someone. is that going to translate when Holloway hits the regular season? My point is this: is her diss record going to translate to record sales? Because if that's the case, then it is what it is. It's a nice memory.
Right.
It's something that you can put as a footnote. Everyone thinks she dissed Nicki.
Right.
But, so when she drops her second album, because no one bought the first album,
Right.
is someone in this market today gonna buy a Remy Ma record? If not, all it did was it made her popular till till June, July, August.
Right.
And after that, it's like she put up a good preseason numbers.
Right.
And because of that, that's why I'm like, if I'm Nicki, I wouldn't have even replied.
Right.
That was my whole thing. I'm like, who? Honestly, I'm like, who?
No, I think she had.
See,
I don't think she. I really don't think she had
You're
to.
saying it from the industry
Word,
standpoint.
word.
I just don't think
I
she.
got a question for
Let's
all
get
the
it.
industry
Let's get it.
arguments that I hear.
Mm-hmm.
I need y'all to look it up. Who in hip hop sells records anymore? No one.
Mm-hmm.
I can bring up my favorite artists
Mm-hmm.
from my generation, which is 50 Cent. He's not the best. He's not the dopest lyricist. Well, y'all jump on me. I know my hip hop guys. Most of them are my guys. But favorite artists, because I've never seen an album change the culture like Get Rich or Die Trying, is 50. With that being said, bring your Drake, your Wayne, your Future, who sells nothing for real. He really just sells singles. And I'm going to throw 12 million records on Get Rich or Die Trying at you. So nobody sells albums anymore. The leading, I think the leading album last week was some guy, I can't remember his name, he was on The Breakfast Club. And he only sold 500,000 copies. If you would have sold 500,000 copies back in 2004, that might have been considered a flop.
Yeah.
Drake's album's dropping, he drops like 300,000 a week. So, with that being said, I think it was genius on the part of Nicki, but she should have got the clearance from the label. She did bad business. She didn't get the clearance.
What's that? The Ether sample.
Yeah, the Ether sample. She didn't get the clearance because she was selling a lot of singles, and that's how these artists sell their records now with singles. They don't make albums anymore. So I hear that argument, but I don't feel like hip hop carries the weight anymore for that argument to last.
Let me say something too. Also, to your point with the 50 Cent statement, 50 Cent also did that at a point where Napster was big.
Yep. LimeWire.
Napster-
I was on.
Why? Yeah.
And so to be able to come on and sell and do a diamond status, you know what I'm saying, at that time when it was in its peak, you know what I'm saying, at its highest, everybody I knew in college was hitting them up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jack Lowe,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
Life.
And Marcus, I'm gonna address your statement as well. Now, here's the thing. Remy understands her point in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Where she's at. She understands she's not on a level where she sells or goes platinum in terms of what she does. Now, the one thing that she does understand is that she knows how to get money where she's at in her point as far as her level, her platform. You know what I'm saying? So she may not be aiming for the platinum status because she doesn't go platinum.
Right.
But that does increase the money that she does get for where she's at now. Now, the other thing about that, how does it increase it? Because you take out the biggest female artists by showing that they have no credibility.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to bless them with these bars for 7 minutes.
Yep.
And then I'm going to make you go into hiding.
7 minutes.
And she's already on Love and Hip Hop, so she.
You know, so that increases her money. If we're going to talk at it, talk about it from an industry standpoint, it increases her market value for where she's at. She doesn't go platinum on her records. We know that. She know that. But I'm going to make VH1 up this check, and everybody else, I'm going to make them up this check. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to force Nicki to have to come out and say something, but now she don't know what to say. So what she tried to do, she tried to take the Drake approach, drops a whack song to me, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And she just shows everybody the fraudulent nature that she needs Safari.
Yeah.
She needs Safari, and she showed that bars do matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my thoughts on it.
That was Remy Ma just chiming in. So she wants to be on next Complex Flavor.
Yo, and
Appreciate
speaking of
you.
that,
Right, we got you. We got you.
Marcus Sims, you know what I'm saying, had we talk about hip hop. Marcus Sims had one of the best. First of all, shout out to y'all having an intro. You know what I'm saying? on your EP. Because nobody's doing intros. We need to do an intro show, like a DJ intro show. We're just gonna play intros, you know, just intros. But Marvin Sims, you know what I'm saying, dropping the intro on the Complex Flavor. I need y'all to go wherever you listen to music, your Apple Music, Tidal. Personally, I'm on Tidal. They pay a little more to the artist. But Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to music, except for the free mixtape sites, 'cause they ain't paying y'all nothing. Go wherever you listen to music and download Complex Flavor. Download it, stream it, do whatever. Go check it out, listen to it, and check it out, Complex Flavor. I also want to talk about Re-Evolution real quick. Okay. Tell everyone what that is and then where they can find it.
Okay, Re-Evolution Radio.
And Andy's got on the dope shirt, so I know y'all watching,
yeah,
you know
man,
what I'm saying?
Copy, man, copy. Yeah. Let me tell you where you can get it. Re-Evolution Radio, like I dropped a video, I know mad people from the hood. Shout out to the west side of Atlanta, Zone 4. Shout out to Flatbush. They was like, what's up with this weird-ass video you just did? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I know I dropped this very sketch video last week talking about what Re-Evolution Radio is. Re-Evolution Radio is like, all I can sum it up is it's a wave, man. It's a wave, man. We're
an outlet, you know.
Yeah, an outlet. Yeah. It's an outlet where you can really be you. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people like, yo, you can be you. And then when you be you, yo, you need to chill out. Nah. If you come on this brand is you and you are this brand. So anything you do that's that crazy, you got to live with the consequences. The brand is a sponge or an amoeba. It grows out of what the life of the people is right now. And what the life of the people is right now is a lot of people are hurt, a lot of people are mad, and a lot of people feel disenfranchised. They feel like they don't have a voice. So Re-Evolution Radio is giving these people a voice in entertainment, in news, in music, in singing. We got a lot of brothers that are working with us right now that are training to be videographers that didn't have that money to go to school to do it. A lot of sisters that couldn't finish or couldn't make it into Juilliard, and they want to act. You know what I'm saying? So we're making a way for that to happen. You can get to Re-Evolution Radio by going to facebook.com/re/evolution radio, well, -evolutionradio.com. You can also hit us up on Twitter. Same thing. Re-Evolution Radio on Instagram. You can come to my page, El Fuser. You can come to Brother Malik's page. Malik, you already know. I mean, we're easily accessible. We're on YouTube.com. Re-Evolution Radio with no dash. The last thing I'll say about Re-Evolution Radio is this. The reason why we named it Re-Evolution Radio instead of Revolution Radio, the original answer is because back in the day when we went through that war with H.H. Ward, we was doing our own radio show and playing what we wanted to, and we called it Revolution Radio. But the real answer, to get introspective again, is after the 70s, we already went through the revolution stages of people. We went through the Black Panther thing. We went through Martin Luther King. We went through Malcolm X, Patrice Lumumba, and we didn't get the results that we wanted. And the reason why we didn't get the results that we wanted is exactly what this brother's talking about with Tidal. We were taught a theory of evolution, this Darwin theory of evolution, where we were evolving with a mind that wasn't given to us. I mean, that was given to us by somebody who didn't have our best interests. Re-Evolution Radio is telling you to get up and do for self the way they taught you in the nation, but at the same time keep up with the trends, be evolving. So we still want the revolution, but we want the evolution as well. We want to be able to change with the times and mold with the times and be the amoeba that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So re-evolve, man. Re-evolve. We're like the, what is it, the Galactopus Islands? With a turtle. We evolve into anything, baby. Tune in and drop out, man.
That's what I'm talking about, y'all. We were talking on the show a couple weeks back about some new island that just, you know, came up out of nowhere. I don't know. I can't remember where it was. Y'all remember on the show. But, you know, there's nothing new, you know, under the sun. That's but right. Again, it's about, like you said, evolving and adapting to what's going on now. And then we have to get better. You know, we've got to, you know, get stronger. We've got to do these things. You know, so, and it takes some work. It ain't just as easy as people think. You know, it takes some work. It's going to take some dirt. It's going to take some scuff ups, and, you know, we might lose a couple folks. You know, a couple folks might get lost. You might not see them no more, but it's going to take some hard work. So first of all, I definitely want to thank El Fuser for stopping by.
Thank you,
and
man.
you know what I'm saying, hanging out with us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
And for all your hard work, I want you to introduce the song "Hard Work" that we can close out the show with.
Hard Work Dedication. Hard Work Dedication was produced by my brother, Big City. Shout out to Big City and his Tenfold project. That project is crazy. I love it. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
Real quick interjection before I introduce the song. Revolution Radio, we're starting our tour on March 26th in Toledo, Ohio. From Toledo, Ohio, we're coming down to Chattanooga, Tennessee. And the dates will be on Facebook.com. We're also working on our own original domain for Revolution Radio. But you'll get the updates. We're going to be everywhere. You're going to get sick of seeing us. But Hard Work Dedication was a song that I came to it. And quite honestly, I'll sum it up like this. I see a lot of new artists, and they're not dedicated to their grind. But they're dedicated to success. They like the popularity. But you cannot get what you want, the dream that you hope to achieve, unless you strive for it. So Hard Work Dedication is about just that. Hard work, dedication. It's the reason why Floyd Mayweather calls himself TBE, the best ever. He's been boxing for over, 30 years?
30 years.
30 years, parents breaking up, all of this stuff he's been through. But he's still undefeated because of the hard work, dedication. So, hard work, dedication. Let's do it.
Yeah, man.
So they drop out, man.
All right.
We had someone that chime in. They said they wanted L and Holloway and T Mill to do something over the Five Fingers.
Five Fingers of Death.
Okay, I mean, we can do that.
I got some beats on.
I mean, let me type in here. Their cowardice level will not allow it.
You already know.
I'm with it.
You know what I'm saying? You already know how I feel. So yeah, we still on live with this. You know what I'm saying? What's up? I saw the comment down there. You know what I'm saying? As far as Big L, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember that. Number one, they were doing the that's when they had the 7-minute freestyle. You know what I'm saying? The Big L and Jay-Z.
Oh, man.
And so you definitely have a point as far as Jay-Z saying that he saw him as one of his biggest threats. The only thing is competing. You know what I'm saying? Nas was on a higher level. You know what I'm saying? And so as far as reach, Jay could reach Big L. He had more potential to reach Big L, you know what I'm saying, than Nas. You know what I'm saying? Because of where they were going for in the industry. You know what I'm saying? They were going for a type of an industry look. You know what I'm saying? And Nas he had been put on as being the god. You know what I'm saying? And so that next space was open. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Big L was somebody to be respected. You know, I mean, bar-wise, you can't mess with him. You know what I'm saying? But on the industry level, Jay wanted that Nas platform.
Holloway, real quick, Big L isn't Uncle L, LL Cool J L. Just for the record, right?
Uncle L, shout out to, you know what I'm saying, LL Cool J.
You put him on the Mount Rushmore. Put him on his desk records. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he done made a few folks cry.
Yeah.
Hey, who's this who came in here? Oh my gosh, you know, for those who don't recognize, she was at the sneaker ball last week, and for whatever reason, she posed with a condom the whole time.
Not the whole time.
No, every picture I had, you were holding a condom, like
You got one picture of me with a condom.
holding up a condom.
But why did I have the condom? Say that.
Why were you holding up the condom?
Yes. What was the event?
A sneaker ball.
What was it for?
I guess it was for those who like sneakers.
No. It was a charity sneaker ball for our AIDS organization. Thank you very much.
Raising education about HIV/AIDS awareness, and that's cool. But I'm like, you know.
So that's why Vonji had the condom.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna hit finish.
Hey, brother.
Man,
Wonderful to meet you.
man, I'm home to get up. I gotta greet you, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, nice to meet you, my man.
Let me get your number.
We gotta link up, man.
Yeah, man.
Cause I was like.